Hello friends, in the last video I discussed about the electric current, electric potential difference and Ohm's law. Now in this video we have to discuss about the resistance, what are the different factors affecting the resistance and combination of resistance in series and parallel and so on. So first start with what is the term resistance. Resistance of conductor is the opposition offered by the conductor to flow of current through it. That means it is numerically it is the ratio of potential difference per unit current, because according to Ohm's law V is equal to IR, so IR is equal to V upon I. Resistance in terms of physical features of conductor. In terms of physical features, we take a conductor of length L and area cross section A, then resistance of conductor is always equal to rho L upon A, where rho is the proportionality constant called resistivity or specific resistance, and L is the length of the conductor and A is its area cross section. It means resistance of conductor is directly proportional to length and resistance of conductor is inversely proportional to area cross section. And third, it depends on the nature of the material. And fourth, it depends on the temperature of conductor. So there are four factors on which resistance of conductor depends. Again I repeat, one is length, second is area, third is nature of material, and fourth factor is temperature. So resistivity depend on, second is the resistivity, that's called specific resistance, that depends upon the nature of material and temperature, but it's not depends upon the geometrical dimensions of the conductor. Means it is independent of length and area. It only depends upon nature of material and temperature. Both resistance and resistivity varies with temperature. Already discussed, both depends on the temperature, but resistivity, memorize this fact point that resistivity only depends on nature of material and temperature, independent of the dimensions. Now SI unit of resistance is taken as 1 ohm, and symbol is this. We can write 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt per ampere. From the Ohm's law we can calculate. So if potential difference of 1 volt applied and the current of 1 ampere is flows, the resistance of conductor is said to be 1 ohm. That's the definition how we can define 1 ohm resistance. Resistivity unit is ohm meter, or in this way you can write ohm meter. Terms are conductance and conductivity. Now conductance is reciprocal of resistance and its SI unit is mho, MHO. Resistance unit is ohm and conductance unit is mho. Conductivity is the reciprocal of resistivity and its unit is mho per meter. Okay, resistance of system of resistors. Now resistors are connected in two ways. One is in series. Resistors are connected in series combination from one end to another, like this. In a circuit diagram we draw, if resistance R, this is symbol of resistance, R1, R2, R3, they are connected from one end to another. This combination is called series combination of resistors. A emitter is be connected here, V is the potential battery is connected, that provides the potential difference. When key is closed, then the current starts flowing through the resistance R1, R2 and R3. So in series, same current will be flowing, but the total potential of the battery is divided across the individual resistors. Say across the R1, potential difference V1, across the R2, potential difference V2, across the R3, potential difference V3, such that total potential V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So in series combination, current remains same, but potential is divided. Total potential is equal to potential across R1, R2 and R3. So V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So in order to calculate the total resistance of series combination, we have to start from this basic formula. Total potential is divided, so V is equal to V1, V2 plus V3. Now if R is the total resistance in series combination, then total potential is equal to I into R using Ohm's law. Similarly, using Ohm's law for resistance R1, R2, R3, we can write V1 is IR1, V2 is IR2 and V3 is IR3. I common on both sides cancel out, we get the formula R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Similarly, if the number of resistors are connected in series, the total resistance is algebraic sum of the resistance of individual resistors. So memorize this formula for numericals also. The total resistance is equal to algebraic sum of individual resistors when resistance are connected in series. Second way we can connect the resistance in parallels. In parallel, if we connect the three resistance, say R1, R2, R3, then the one end of each resistor is connected to the common point and other ends are connected to the other common points. So then we can say all the resistors are connected in parallel. So this is the way how the parallel combination. So in parallel, if we connect the key, then the current I is passing. Now here currents will be divided. In the different wires, different resistors, different current will be passes. Again, the current total will be coming here, total current I will be coming. But total potential across the three resistor, because all the three resistor, one terminal, one point of all the three resistor connected to positive terminal, other end is connected to the negative terminal. So potential difference across the three resistors must be remains same. So in parallel combination, potential difference across three resistors remains same, but only current will be divided and unequally according to the resistance value. So here, how to calculate the total resistance? Now here current divides, so we can start from I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So we start from here, I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Similarly, R is the total resistance of all the three combinations, then total current I, total potential V. So using the Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So I is equal to V upon R. So we can write I is V upon R. Similarly, using Ohm's law, we can calculate I1 V upon R1, I2 V upon R2, I3 V upon R3. So V is commonly cancelled. We get the resultant R1 upon R is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So in parallel combination, the effective reciprocal of effective resistance is equal to sum of the reciprocals of resistance of individual resistors. So that formula you must remember. When the resistors are connected in parallel, 1 upon R is equal to 1 upon R1, 1 upon R2, 1 upon R3 and so on, the number of resistors connected. Okay, the effective resistance of resistor in parallel combination is smaller than the smallest of them. The one point again remember, in parallel combination the net resistance value is the smallest of the smallest resistance, but in series the effective resistance is largest of the larger resistor. So it means in order to calculate the larger value, we connect the resistances in series. In order to get the lowest value, we connect the resistance in parallel. Next topic is heating effect of current. There is a Joule's law of heating. But when the electric current is passing through a conducting wire, electric energy is converted into heat energy. This effect is called heating effect of electric current. It's also called Joule's law of heating. According to Joule's law of heating, the amount of Q, that is the amount of heat energy produced in a resistor R if current I passing for time t, that is I square RT. Or Q is also written as I square RT divided by J, where now if Q is in joules, I is in ampere, R is in ohm and T is in second, then we can write Q is equal to I square RT. But if Q is in calorie, I is in ampere, R is in ohm, T is in second, so here is J is a Joule's constant. Then we write the formula I square RT upon J, that is only in order if the Q is in calories. Now cause of heating effect. What is the cause? Because when battery is connected to the ends of conductor, electric field is set up. The free electrons, they are moving in the direction opposite to the electric field. And when the free electrons are moving inside the conductor, they collides with the positive ions on atoms of the conductor. The collision of electrons with the atoms of conductors is the cause of heating effect. Okay, due to which their collision, they transfer their kinetic energy into the heating energy, and that gives the kinetic energy to the atoms. Atoms start vibration motion and their vibration increases and hence temperature increases. That is why the conductor that heat up when the current starts flowing through it. Okay, that is the cause of heating effect. The cause of electron course of electron through resistor is like that stone falling in water. Then the term electric power. Electric power is the rate at which work is done by an electric current. Power is the rate of doing work, but here is how much electric work is done by electric current. So P is equal to V into I, that's simple formula, and P is equal to I square R, or we use the Ohm's law, we can also say P is equal to V square upon R. Now SI unit of power is watt, and other bigger units are kilowatt and HP, that is horsepower. 1 kilowatt is 1000 watt and 1 horsepower is 746 watt. Electrical energy is the amount of energy, that's total work done by the electric current in a given time. When battery is connected across the resistor, how much work is done by the battery to make the flow of electric current through the resistor, that is stored in the form of electrical energy. Now if R resistor is connected across the potential difference V, I is current passing for time t, then energy is equal to VIT. And E is equal to, also we can write I square RT or V square upon R into T. Okay, commercial unit of electrical energy is kilowatt hour, or board of trade unit, we also get BOTU. So remember this, that commercial unit of electrical energy that is used in the household circuits, that is kilowatt hour. And 1 kilowatt hour you can calculate it in joules, that is 1 kilowatt means 1000 watt, 1 hour 3600 seconds, so it becomes 3.6 into 10 raised to power 6 joules. And 1 unit of electricity we used in the household circuit is equal to 1 kilowatt hour. Remember that 1 unit of electricity consumed in the household circuit is equivalent to 1 kilowatt hour energy. Electric fuse used in the domestic electric circuit is a protective device used in the series with an electric circuit or an electric appliance to save it from damage due to the overheating produced by strong current in the circuit or appliance. So fuse is generally made up of the alloy of tin and lead. 63% tin and 37% lead is the alloy that will be used. It has high resistance and low melting point. That is a basic property used for fuse wire. Electric heating appliance use nickel wire, alloy of nickel and chromium. That is nickel wire using the electric heating appliance, just like we use the electric heater or electric rod, geyser in the household circuits. Now it is used, that is the one applications of heating effect. It is be used because it has high specific resistance. Nickel has high specific resistance. It is high melting point, high malleability. It is not easily oxidized. Now for given V, P is directly proportional to I, P is inversely proportional to R. That is, higher the power of the appliance, more is the electric current drawn. Higher the power of appliance, less is the resistance. More, okay, so remember this, higher the power of appliance, less is the resistance. That's all about this electricity chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.